How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. There are so many catalysts coming up for crypto, and Gary Gensler just got grilled, just got slammed a little bit on national TV. He was stumbling over his words a little bit, talking about Bitcoin. I want to play that for you. Of course, do your own due diligence on this market, but I am extremely bullish. If you're bullish, let me know down below in the comment section. We have cryptos jumping up today. Yesterday, I talked about how I was going long on a lot of different positions, from BTC to Solana, SUI, XRP, and these positions are looking green today. If you want to trade, check out the link underneath the video to WEEX. There's always a sign-up bonus that I do at these different exchanges. Right now, there's the normal bonus of like $20,000, and also 10 winners will get 100 USDT bonus. If you deposit more than 200 USDT and maintain that amount for at least 3 days, make at least one futures trade, you can get in on this free bonus of USDT. So definitely check this out. Like I've said, I think now's a great time to be trading. There's so many charts that look perfect. People are calling for XRP to pump up to $4 based on the TA. People are saying that Bitcoin could easily jump over $100,000 here soon because of what's happening. We'll talk about that in this video. Also, if you want something that's maybe not quite so risky, so risk on, maybe you don't want to leverage trade, well, you can check out the link to the Patreon underneath the video. We have a handful of people in this now, and we just released a exclusive video. I have Joe, who's been buying crypto for much longer than I have, 10 plus years, helping me run this. He's making his own YouTube videos now as well, but we're going to be going through different scenarios. Like today, I talked about what I do if I had a $70,000 a year job, in different scenarios like risk on to risk off, how I would invest in crypto. So definitely check this out underneath the video. Definitely worth spending a few dollars to get a good community that can keep your head on straight during this bull run. $214 million worth of shorts liquidated today. The DXY is falling. We have potentially $4 billion worth of shorts liquidated if Bitcoin goes up to $100,000. Keep in mind that you can cover early as well, which will send up the price a little bit quicker. Be ready. Like, there's going to be a ton of volatility. I've said this. There's going to be a ton of volatility probably for the next 2 weeks. And right now, we just have so many positive things coming out. I covered a lot of them in the last video, so I won't hit on everything, but like a lot of shorts are probably going to get liquidated soon. Market manipulators want to knock out the shorts. Shorts went really heavy yesterday. DXY at a very high level. Today, it's come down from 110.1 down to 109.34. Actually, that's just over like the last 2 days. And that's caused the market to start to jump. That's one of the reasons. And there's, a pretty psychological level around 110. If we start to see DXY fall back down, don't be surprised if we pump really hard. Like, that's where we've seen pumps in the past. I mean, to be fair, at the beginning of last year, we were pumping even when the DXY was moving up a little bit. But then we really started to pump in February all the way up to like mid-March. That's when we peaked out on Bitcoin because the DXY was falling. And then later in the year, we started to pump up and DXY was in free fall. Now we started to pump up even with the DXY going up. And part of that is, the DXY can move up and crypto can still move up because of different news like the Trump pump, right? DXY just flew up about 6%. Even with crypto pumping up, it was kind of fighting an uphill battle. But if we start to fall down and we get all this pro-crypto legislation, pro-crypto rhetoric, or pro-crypto talk from the politicians, and DXY is falling down a little bit, like, this is going to be extremely bullish. Keep in mind, the rates are still high. We still have future rate cuts, maybe not as quickly as people expected, but CPI, PPI coming in over the next 24 hours. PPI came in lower than expected. So the economy looks really strong. Jobs are really strong. Inflation is lower than expected. Like, this is, I want to be careful, but this is like a perfect setup, essentially. In a couple days, David Sachs is hosting a crypto ball where they're celebrating Trump as being the first crypto president. Like, this is just crazy. And at the same time, we have the likes of Gary Gensler talking about Bitcoin, being kind of grilled on TV about it. I'll play that for you in just a second. But at the same time, we still have so many companies that are buying Bitcoin. Like AI firm Genius Group is going to raise another $33 million to buy Bitcoin for their balance sheet. We get news like this every single day, especially on Mondays. But coming in on Tuesday today. Another 33 million buy is coming. Things are stacking up. Things are looking really good. You just have to stay long-term focused. Let's actually get over, though, to Gary Gensler being grilled on Bitcoin and what he thinks about Bitcoin now. And he has a hard time answering some of these questions. Let's continue, though.
What you think is going to happen, or whether your thinking has evolved, it almost sounded like you wanted to separate Bitcoin from the rest of the industry. And I'm wondering whether you're actually warming to the idea of at least Bitcoin, and whether, again, people are tweeting you that I said you either stood in the way of an extraordinary industry or were utterly unable to prevent a massive bubble. What do you think the future holds? Do you have a feeling on which it is? Do you think Bitcoin has inherent value and is a store of value? Or do you feel that when we look back on it 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's going to be something from the 18th century with tulips? Whatever.
Joe, it's hard to predict. I really do like you, because I know that you think I'm going to out you, think negatively on many of these altcoins. You, Joe. But right. in terms of Bitcoin, we at the SEC have never said it's a security.
Well, what do you think? You taught at MIT. I think you know. I think you got to have some kind of feeling. You've read the books, Bitcoin Standard.
Yeah. I think that Bitcoin is a highly speculative, volatile asset, but with 7 billion people around the globe. 7 billion people want to trade it, just like we do have gold for 10,000 years. We have Bitcoin. It might be something else in the future as well. Right. These other thousands of projects need to show their use case and show that they actually have fundamentals underlying them, or they won't persist, Joe.
Oh my God, you own Bitcoin.
That's where the public... That's why the public needs disclosure.
That's what it's. You love it. You love it. You don't like those other coins.
I've never owned any of these, and I've been consistent for 7 or 8 years on this.
Well, now you can, because you won't be a SEC chair anymore.
So Gary Gensler pushed a little bit there on his viewpoints on crypto. He's been pushed before. He's testified, and people have really grilled him before on whether something like Ethereum is a security. And he says, and they say, no, tell us. Like, you are the head of the SEC. How do you not know after probably half a decade of researching it? And he says, too, that these projects have to show that they have utility. But there's no framework for that right now. There's no real regulation that we can follow, that the cryptocurrency industry can follow. A lot of these companies have been just slapped with fines after they've had products for years. Coinbase told that they can't have staking, right? I think it was staking. And they had already gone public recently, gotten approved by the SEC with staking. So like they have just ruled in a way that is impossible to follow. And recently, the U.S. court demanded the SEC explain itself for denying Coinbase requests for crypto-specific regulations. Like, just tell us what to do, and we will try to follow it. But they haven't been able to do that. I do think Gary Gensler has a hard time talking about crypto in a very positive way as the SEC chairman. But the fact that he can't even answer simple questions about crypto, some of the top cryptos that have been around for years and years and years, that's really telling. And the fact is, the next SEC head is going to be much more pro-crypto. Politicians in general are much more pro-crypto, and hopefully they can lay out some legislation that helps the crypto industry. The fact that he can't even, answer some simple questions like, do you think Bitcoin's going to be around for a while? Do you think it's going to hold value? And he says, it's speculative. People like to trade it. Like, obviously, okay. Obviously, people like to trade it. Obviously, it's volatile, but yeah, he just has done such a poor job. I think it's great that we're getting him out of his place, out of a position of power, and someone else in there. So we'll continue to monitor this as time progresses. Let me know your thoughts on that interview underneath the video. Let me know where you think the market's going. I'm pretty bullish, but let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out the link underneath the video to WEEX and to the Patreon. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.